Riccardo, and I'm actually working in the WebZ, so the Center for Environmental Research in Leipzig. And today I will show you how to integrate research data management with Galaxy. So how to perform analysis, image processing, but also integrate a tool that allowed you to take care of your image metadata and upload specifically into OMERO. So I will show how to use Galaxy to upload and fetch data from OMERO, and I will show also how to use the Galaxy Visual Viewer in order to visualize OMISAR directly on Galaxy. And I will take a dataset that is now stored in EDR. So I don't know if everybody know OMERO, but I try to give you a short overview. So OMERO in a nutshell, OMERO stands for Open Macroscopy Environment and Remote Object, and is a really cool macroscopy data management tool that actually we are using in UFZ. The dataset that you can see here is eye content screening from zebrafish. And this tool, so this platform allowed you to have a good and proper management of your image data. This is because I have several characteristics, but just to give you an overview, each image have a unique ID. There is a tag system for your images that can help you to create a hierarchical folder structure and classify them according to experiment. You can add metadata and key value pairs in order if you want to add additional information to your experiment. You can attach file, and this can be also like a result from your analysis. OMERO itself bioformat behind, so it supports up to 140 image format, making it really flexible. And you can have also a nice project dataset structure. In OMERO Web, you can have also visualize through a web application the image itself, and you can play around with them with the channel in order to have an interactive visualization of your image. And today I will show you, as I repeat, to transfer the image from Galaxy directly from OMERO. So I prepare a short video about this. So I will use a local OMERO instance. This is the one from the UFZ. And I will use also a data set that is uploaded on Zenodo. These are like cell images of nuclei that was taken from a publication from Nature. And these files are like the TIFF file, the images, and also a tabular file with region of interest. I already uploaded data into OMERO. These are the different TIFF that you can visualize using the TIFF viewer. And I upload also the test ROI with a tabular file with the different coordinate of the region of interest for each image. I upload also a data set that contains some dummy metadata. We can see here, for example, the identity, the biological entity, the organism, and so on. This is just the dummy data set. I can search now the OMERO upload tool for image import. What I need to do is just to input the HTTP of the OMERO, select an image that I want to upload. I can select also several of them. And then I can input a dataset name that, for example, I can call Galaxy Demo. And this is coming from, and then I can just start my tool. And as Leonid showed before, the tool is gray. Then when it starts, it will turn to yellow. So this means that the transfer now is taking place. And if I go to the OMERO instance, I will see soon that the image will be imported. Here are all the different OMERO tools of the OMERO suite that we are developing in the UFZ. And today I will show you also to upload the metadata. In the meanwhile, the tool is running, and soon we will see the image in the OMERO instance. We can just refresh in the web app. And now you can see that there is a data set that is called Galaxy Demo, where the image actually are uploaded. With the OMERO viewer, I can visualize them, and you can see that they are the same image that were on Zenodo. Now, if I want to import metadata, again, I input the address of the server. I select the object that I want to associate metadata, and the ID of the object that I said before, this is unique. So for the dataset, this will be the 14169. I select which kind of annotation type I want to add, and this will be key value pairs with the metadata that I showed you before. And I can give you also a name to the annotation that can be also here, Demo Galaxy. And I start the tool. And also in this case, the tool will be gray. So this is Q, and will turn yellow when is Q, so it's going to be executed. In the minimal here, I can see also the ID of the image that I upload into OMERO. So the tool went green. And if I go back to OMERO, I can see here that there are these key value pair that are now associated to the data set and to the image itself. So another thing is to import region of interest if you have some kind of segmentation. Again, I need to put the server address. This can be also automatized. And I have to put like the tabular file with the region of interest. So this will be the one for one image, for example, and select the ID of the image where I want to associate to this region of interest. And I can just run the tool. Obviously, this is like step by step, but this can be easily automatized. So if you have many images and many tabular files with region of interest, this can be run all together. Now, if I go back to the OMERO, I will see soon that this region of interest are upload. By opening in the OMERO viewer, now you can see that all these tabular files with the different coordinates are now in OMERO, and they're uploaded there. Yeah, and for the other image, I didn't do it. Obviously, they're not here. Yeah, another point that is possible to do is to filter data from OMERO. So by adding again the server address, I can select which kind of ID I want to get. So for example, if I want to get all the image ID from a specific dataset, I just need to input the dataset ID and run the tool. And the output should be all the ID of the image that are in this specific dataset. And this is really useful, for example, when you have experiment with a lot of image itself and you want to get all the content directly from directly into Galaxy. So the tool is great because it's Q. Now it's running. And yeah, and you can see that there is a tabular file with two ID that are basically the two that are in the dataset in OMERO. I can also now filter according to specific parameter. So for example, for key value pair, so if I have an image and I, for example, add some kind of metadata, I can add the user as key and as a value Riccardo. So this is a unique for this image. Then I can go back to Galaxy and I can say that I want to search the key user and the value Riccardo for these two images that I got before using the previous tool. So for the 1443776 and the 1443777, and I want that they are filtered according to these two specific key value pair. So the output will be just one ID if this was done correctly. And again, this is in the perspective if you have like dataset with many, many images and you want to filter according to specific metadata that are inside. So it's executed. And this is like the one that is finishing with 777. That is actually the one having these key value pairs. Yeah, this is just giving an overview of the potentiality of all this tool. What I can do is also to download the image from an OMERO instance. Again, I have to input the ID of the image that I want to download. This has to input as a text, and I can input the ID of the image that I filtered before. I can decide how to export it, and I can run the tool. And what is nice here is that this tool will give me also a tarball, so a zip format of the of all the data that I'm downloading. So if I have many images, this will be just a zipped file. And tool is running. By the way, this tool allowed you also to download image from IDR, not just from a local image, from a local server, OMERO server. So the tool is done. I can now open the tarball, and I can see that there is the image that I selected before. So we did Galaxy OMERO, OMERO, Galaxy, and download. Then it's possible to have also workflow. So this is like a little bit more complicated workflow where you have like the user input, where I input the different image, and there is some image processing that is taking place into Galaxy. And I want to show you how this image that can be then uploaded into OMERO after processing together with the result. And this will be like a segmentation, as Leandro showed you before, and upload of region of interest. So I can decide to upload all the images and to create a new data set. And then add also an OMERO server address. This will be the one of the year Z, just to give you an example. And I can just run the workflow. And this will be performed step by step. And it will take a little bit of time because there are a lot of this step, but you will see at the end that all the results from this analysis are just uploaded to OMERO. In the meanwhile, I will show you how to use the Visa viewer. So this is like can be done checking Galaxy U. There's this visual viewer visualization tool. What I need to do, first of all, is to search for a data set that I want to visualize. This, for example, is a collection from EDR. I can select the EDR 007 and copy the URL. Select upload in Galaxy U and past fetch this URL. Select then the fair dataset resolution and start it. And then this will be loaded into Galaxy for visualization. And this will take just a bit of time. In the meanwhile, we can go back to the workflow. And you can see that many of the different steps were actually start to be performed. Like, I don't know, filter the image ID, perform the historical equalization that is really similar to what Leonid showed you before. And what is nice also is that during this execution of the workflow, it's possible to visualize the result. For example, this is like for this image, I can visualize how the threshold went for all the data set. So you can still have this interactivity while the workflow is running. Yeah, we can go back to the workflow now. There is a little bit still to go. But as I say, it's processing several images altogether. And as you can see in the OMERO instance, these were already uploaded. So now it's just question of upload the result. In the meanwhile, I can show you the data or the ZAR data now on Galaxy U, and we can start the Galaxy viewer. And you can see here that in Galaxy, I can visualize this OMIZAR, and there is also an interactive part that I can change the histogram, visualize different Z stack, and I can interactively interact with the OMIZAR, which is pretty nice. And I can select any of these other data set. Okay, here we are in the last step of the workflow. So there are just two of them missing, and it's just going for associating the ID of the image into OMERO to the result that we run in Galaxy. So you can see all the images here. This will take some few seconds more. And obviously, this is something that you can just run on your data set, let it run, and then do something else in the meanwhile, and then go back to your workflow to check what's going on. So last two tools, the metadata import and the region of interest import. Yeah, they're going to be executed. On the top, you can always see how many steps are missing and the jobs that are complete. Going back on OMERO, the region of interest are already uploaded. And then, yeah, the workflow is completely executed. Now going back to OMERO, you can see if I open now the OMERO viewer, there are all the regions of interest for this image, and these were created in Galaxy. And I have also attachments that are basically the result of the analysis itself, and the label, the area, the mean intensity, everything coming from Galaxy. Yeah, and with this one, I'm finished.